Facebook, social media, hello, Darren Green here from Work in Progress Coaching. I hope you're well and everyone's staying safe, self-isolating of course. And I wanted to jump on and talk about a subject I spoke of last week, which is imposter syndrome. Something I've struggled with and continue to struggle with. It's something that I think I'll always have to manage to some level or some degree. And the reason I want to do that is because often it can feel like when people talk about a specific subject or push a particular message, it can also come across and seem like they've got it completely, locked down and their life's completely in order. And for me at least, I want to completely shatter that myth, because that's not something which I subscribe to. I think the reason I named the business Work in Progress Coaching is very much because I see this as a lifelong infinite game that we end up playing, which is about managing our own emotions, our thoughts, so that we can push towards the actions we want to take, so we get the results in life that we want. So imposter syndrome, listen, it's something that whether you're a business owner or in a career, very successful people get it, but it doesn't just affect very successful people. But what can happen is people, when they take a breath after being promoted or maybe launching a business, and taking stock to where they are, or suddenly they're on a stage talking about something. It can be any number of different points, but I think the main reason is the question as in, do I deserve to be here? And referring to the post last week, I think I had kind of a big thought bubble coming out to say what I think and what I think other people think. And that bit about what you think other people think is those people that we perceive that are at the same level as us know a hell of a lot more than we do. And I've seen this in people that have been newly promoted or have been promoted very quickly within an organisation. I've seen this in business owners, people that have gone on to launch a new business and suddenly feel like they know nothing compared to other business owners within that industry. And largely what a lot of those things are, it's limiting beliefs. None of that is actually born out of fact, but because of the perception that these people are putting on that makes it a fact for them. That makes it a truth. So in terms of my own struggles, mine has been about launching this coaching page and this business. So I've been interested in coaching for the last 2 years. It's been something I've done kind of off and on, and really enjoyed actually coming up through my career in utilities, and before that in Tesco, in retail. It's been something I'd love to do. I'd love to spend time with people and help them develop their skills, help to try and guide and develop them. And I've always been someone that's managed people over that time. And over the last 6 to 8 months, it's been something which I've sought qualifications and accreditations, and hence why I've now launched a Facebook page. But if truth be told, that Facebook page should have launched at least a year ago. I've had that built at least a year ago, and it never felt like the right time to launch. And I was convincing myself that I couldn't do it, or I wasn't worthy enough, that people didn't want to hear any of the things that I actually wanted to put out there. And if I'm being honest, really concerned about the feedback that I might get. What would my friends think? Would people think that I'm qualified to even give any of that content and put that out there? So yeah, hence it's taken over a year for me just to launch something as trivial as a Facebook page. That's how imposter syndrome can become or is a limiting belief, and can stop you taking even the smallest of actions. So my advice in terms of looking to try and get past that, and this is not a comprehensive view at all, but naming it first of all is something which is crucial. So if you name something, if you're aware that it's there, that is always the first thing to recognise, because once you're aware of it, then you can look to do something about it. Next off, I would say, look, start to focus on the reason for why you want to do it in the first place. Okay, there's lots of lots of reasons why potentially it's not the right time. But if you focus on why you want to do it in the first place, for me, for coaching, I've got a real strong belief that I have a story to tell, I've got skills and ability in order to help people, and really committed in terms of, particularly now in a time when we're so busy as a population, that taking stock and being that one person to sit with someone for a period of time and being that person in the corner to help them go and achieve their dreams, that's something that's so powerful for me and something that I'm really committed to. I really think that's something to focus on, and when I focus on that, I forget about all the other shit that's lying in the background that's potentially telling me why I shouldn't do it. Yeah, so focus on what you're passionate about, focus on the reason why you want to do something. When you do that, you'll generally push forward and take the action that you want to take in order to realise it. Forget it, and it almost minimises all the other stuff that's going on. So that's point 2. The last point I want to make is just about being kind to where you are in your specific journey. So for me, in the coaching space, what that looks like is, like, I'm building up a set of skills. I've done coaching and mentoring through some form or another, and been on courses for 12 to 15 years in my career. But over the last 6 to 8 months, I've gone a lot deeper in terms of my own understanding of coaching and how I can, in terms of my own academic understanding of coaching, how I can help people. And now I'm looking to go and put that into practice. And with every new skill, when you're at a relatively early stage of that in terms of absorbing new information, new skills, it takes a while to embed those skills through exercising them on a continuous basis. So that's where I am. I am there just now. Hence, I'm looking for both free and paid clients actually at the moment. But I am offering my services for free, and that's so that I can. That's not because I don't think I'm adding value when I'm coaching. It is about recognising where you are and being kind about, look, you don't need to have all the answers yet. You don't need to be the finished article. You don't need to be a perfect coach. Yeah, in fact, I don't think anyone in any life, in any industry, of any job, or in any role that they do, is ever perfect. So I think even just recognising that point and making sure that that's where you are and you're doing the best that you can where you are right now. We were watching a film at the weekend and now it sprang into my head. What was the name of it? It's about doing the next right thing. Some kids movie we watched with the kids, and it's about just doing the next right thing, and that is honestly where you're at. It's such good advice in terms of just doing the next right thing. So whether that's kind of launching a Facebook page or starting a business or putting a post out or even this video, is something that I felt uncomfortable about doing because it's something which I haven't done before. It's the first that I've done on the page, and it makes you quite vulnerable when you put yourself out there on camera. So, but recognising that's where you are, and in order to become stronger, you need to go through that period, that uncomfortable period of learning, so that you can go from a period of competent incompetence, if that makes sense. So you know what you should be doing, but you're probably not doing it as well as you could or should at that point in time. But recognising that in order to get better, you actually need to go through that. You need to get pull time. You need to spend time regularly going through that exercise so that you can get better and better and better. So listen, hopefully that's been useful. Please drop some comments below if you liked it, if you have any thoughts about limiting beliefs or imposter syndrome yourself. Please let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and have a good night. As always, I think stay safe. I really hope you and your families are well at this time and you're looking after yourself and others. Okay,